Hallo zusammen. In this video, I would like to share my top 3 German songs of the year with you guys so that you can learn German with them or simply enjoy the sound of them. Or maybe both. Let's go. Real quick, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, hi, I'm Dave. I'm a native German and I like to listen to music a whole lot. To be honest though, this year, I haven't really listened to too many German songs, but there are 3 songs that came out this year that feature German lyrics and that I really enjoyed nonetheless. And the first one is by a band you may become a fan of if you enjoy the likes of Rammstein or or similar bands, rock metal bands in the same vein that is. I'm talking about Eisbrecher, Icebreaker. And they released a new album called Kaltfront, Cold Front. And one of the singles off of that album was Everything is Wunderbar, Everything is Wonderful, which basically portrays the over-exaggerated hedonistic lifestyle, party every day. You could also see it as, well, you know what, make the best of it, make the best of your life. Just look at things from a positive angle, with a positive perspective and outlook. Linguistically speaking, it's really interesting as well because not only does it feature German lyrics, which is typical for Eisbrecher, but it also features a few Anglicisms that you may be using in German in one shape or another. So you may recognize some of the terms similar to the, Germenglish title that the song has. Definitely an interesting creative approach. Song number 2 is by a German artist who's been around since the, if I'm not mistaken, the early 80s. And he's been around ever since. He's been making music for many decades now, but always in the same vein more or less. It's German pop, rock, very melodic, very approachable, easy listening, but in a positive form, if that makes sense. I'm talking about Heinz Rudolf Kunze, and he also released a new album this year, Angebot und Nachfrage, Supply and Demand. And the first song on that album, Besuch mich, Marie, Visit Me, Marie, it has such a lightweight feel to it and a really catchy melody. I love it. So if you're into that kind of stuff, more like pop rock, a little bit softer than, for instance, Eisbrecher, this may be something for you. And like I said, Heinz Rudolf Kunze, he's very acclaimed, very popular in Germany, very well known. It mentions a few difficult situations in life that may not be so great, pictures, snapshots of daily life. You have eaten all of your chocolate and you basically had a cramp in the night, and you didn't really sleep well. And all of that happens to Marie. And the lyrical I basically invites Marie over to have a great time, to feel better about it, to talk about it, to share the burden, if that makes sense. And I like the sentiment of that song. And the melody is great as well. And last but not least, maybe sort of the hidden gem of this list. If you like really creative folky music, you may enjoy Faun, a German band. I think it was founded in 1999, so they've been around for quite a few years as well. And they just released a new album called Hex, H-E-X, which stands for Die Hexe, the Sorceress, or verhexen, to bewitch. And they play, sort of like folky, medieval. It has a pop sensibility to it, but not in the modern sense of the word. It's an interesting mixture of old traditional, and they also play a lot of traditional instruments, from bagpipes to lutes to sitars, and but also guitars, electric guitars. And the song that I'm talking about is called Zauberin, Sorceress. You could say it's about love in general, but in specific, I think this song is also about the mysticality of human beings and how we are perceived by other people. In this case, the lyrical I describes a person, a female person in that case, die Zauberin, the sorceress, who acts in mysterious ways, but in a positive way. They are so enchanting and you can't really grasp them and their aura, but you sense that they are special. And the lyrical eye is deeply touched by that and drawn towards that person, therefore. If you want to listen to those songs, check them out. You can find links in the video description down below, of course. I would like to know, what do you think of these songs? Have you listened to them yet? And of course, have you listened to other German songs this year? If so, which ones and what do you think of them? Thanks for watching and supporting the channel, of course. That is much appreciated as always. And with that being said, definitely see you next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.